Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Eric. Eric from Michigan, but now he lives in Chicago in the USA. So let's see what Eric has to say. Enjoy the interview. Eric, how are you doing today? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm
Very
just sitting
good.
here with my little doggy.
Oh, that's so sweet. Who is that?
This is JP.
Hey,
He's 6 months
JP.
old today. So he's
6
getting a
months
whole
old
bunch of
today?
bones. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm so glad. Special occasion. Hello.
Boy
Oh,
Jean-Pierre.
it was a present or you got him?
Oh, I got him.
Oh, amazing, amazing.
Got a little drunk one night and breeder texted me, he's like, "Are you still interested in a dog?" I'm like, "Yes, totally. Let's go ahead and buy one." So now I'm my little dream animal.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I was checking your profile earlier and I was looking some pictures like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, he's my buddy.
Okay, Eric. So before we start the game, tell me where you're from.
I live in Chicago, Illinois. I'm originally from Michigan. I moved here in April from the Detroit area.
Okay. And what's the best part of living in Chicago so far?
Definitely, the food. There's so much food around me. I love it. It's so much. It's so much walkable food. There's like 7 sushi places. There's like 7 sushi places within like 10 blocks. It's really nice.
Wow, amazing. My best friend would love that. He loves sushi food, so he would love that. And what do you do for a living?
I'm in sales, so I sell luxury plumbing to people.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me, walk me through about your daily work day. How it does work? It's just about selling. It's a store.
So right now, you go into the showroom, you look at all our stuff, you go ahead and, "Hi, buddy. Yes, I made the mistake of showing you to him, and now he's like, okay, we're gonna play. Here, want that? We'll play with that." So it's really kind of interesting. People come into the showroom, they choose what they want. We quote it all out for them. We got to figure out the shipping and all that stuff. And the real big issue right now is lead time. We're seeing a ton of backed up stock, ton of backed up inventory. It's just everything is taking forever. So I have clients that come in like, we need a house, or we need an entire house done by February. I'm like,
Oops.
that's not gonna work. Like, I'm telling all my clients, you got to order about 6 months ahead from when you need all those products, even if it's just rough in valving.
Right. Interesting. Very interesting. I think when people they go shopping or buy something for their house, when they see something like beautiful, they go like, "Oh my God, I want that right now." It doesn't work like that, does it?
No. Right now, part of my job is just logistics, is trying to figure out how we're going to get to this product to this client, what we have to do in case there's an issue. Say a transfer valve or trim is not going to show up for the next 120 days. So they need it, within 60 days. Well, I got to find a suitable solution that's going to work with the rest of their budget, not to mention their styles for the bathroom and the coloring.
Very interesting. Wow, interesting. Right, Eric. So before we start our journey on William the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself.
Oh, I always blank on this question because I'm not exactly sure what to say. Let's see. I made it all the way through Boy Scouts. I did that until I was 19.
Right.
Served as assistant scoutmaster for a while.
Wow.
I got my Eagle Scout award. That was like my entire upbringing. That was all I ever did.
Tell me a little bit about it. So how does it work? Did you apply for it? How does it work? Tell me a little bit about
Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
So basically, your parents put you in Boy Scouts when you're like 8 or 10 or whatever. And then the next couple of years, you earn badges and you... JP, would you stop that? All right, somebody's ready for a nap. Hold on. Even precious gifts from God need a nap once in a while. So basically, yeah. So this is back in like 2002, no, 2000, about 2000. So my parents put me in Boy Scouts, kind of went up the ranks there as you go from tenderfoot to all the way to Eagle Scout, and you kind of go through all that. You go to all these camps and have fun there. I ended up doing a Scoutmaster because I was friends with everybody, and I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be a good thing for me to see all my friends, because when you turn 18, they kick you out of Boy Scouts.
Wow.
And you can either go into venture scouting, which I'm like, these guys, they want to climb, they want to do all these high adventures, and I'm like, I'm kind of couch gay. I like to be on the couch. But at the time, Boy Scouts is not accepting gay members, so I really had to keep it down.
Wow.
So I ended up going to the Scoutmaster position and becoming, doing all that for the next 2 years, from 18 to 19. And then I decided to come out, and then I'm like, okay, well, we're just going to box that up and deal with that later. And then I got to kind of watch the whole court cases kind of go through whether gays were allowed to be in scouting or not.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and at some point I'd like to kind of join back up with it, because it's kind of like a nice community thing for people to do.
Absolutely.
And they've not even allowed girls in, so it's now not just Boy Scouts, just like scouting.
And I think as well, it gets you to learn a lot about life, about how be disciplined as well. I'm sure it was very disciplined. Yeah, for sure. Right, Eric. So are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Sure.
Amazing. So welcome to William and the Magic Box. I've got the box full of random fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, Eric, ready for the first question? Let's do it. Just before I pick the first question, through the game, if there is a question that you don't have an answer for, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay? It's all very friendly, right?
Okay.
First question for you is, very easy one. Describe yourself in 3 words only.
Creative, realistic, and logistic. I don't know.
Interesting. And describe yourself in 1 negative word. What that would be?
Lazy.
That was a quick answer.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at my couch. I'm like, I want to sit up there.
I love it. I love it. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what is the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you?
So a couple years ago, I was dating this guy, and he brought over this bouquet of roses. I'm like, oh my God, that's so nice. Thank you. And I'm like, I'm not really a rose person. So I was just, playing the part. This is really sweet. I'm really happy with this gift. And he kept following me around the apartment the entire time. And I'm like, what is this extra weirdness? And he's, kind of kept asking me questions about the flowers. I'm like, yeah, they're great. I put them in a vase. They're good. They're sitting over there. They're sitting where they need to be. Why is continue going up? And he's like, maybe you should look into them even more. I'm like, well, they're flowers, so I don't know about that. But then I'm like, okay, something's up here. This is gonna get really weird. So I look into the flowers, and I kind of inspect every single one of them, and I find a piece of rolled up paper, as if it were like, it's this long piece of paper that somebody had like very carefully rolled all the way up, and he stuck that in there. We had a conversation about pop stars and country stars and how I would like to go to some of these concerts at one point. And I pick out this flower and I unroll it, and it's this receipt of two tickets to go see Shania Twain. And I just absolutely love her. I adore Shania Twain. I think she's super great. Love listening to her. And it was just really, really cute that he decided to do the surprise within the flower itself. And I just loved it.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. I love that. How was the concert?
Oh my God, it was amazing. Oh, shoot, like this is 2015. So this is kind of like her comeback. She's finally touring again after like 15 years of not doing, or maybe 10 years, whatever. But she got on like this bull, and this fake bull, and this crane took her all the way up and kind of circled the entire arena. And this is back at the Palace, which was torn down a couple years ago because Detroit no longer needed it. But it was a really, really cool concert.
I'll tell you something now. I met her already in person.
Really?
Yes, I have. She was actually, I was working in a five-star hotel in London a few years ago. And I was on the lift, I was in the elevator. I went to pick up something on the floor, and suddenly I could see somebody coming, like it was a couple. And I said, just hold the lift. And suddenly Shania Twain and her husband just entered the lift with me. And I was like, oh, hi, how are you?
and which husband was this? This was the one that left her, or the one that she...
It was a very tall guy. Was very tall. She was quite short. He wasn't quite tall. I don't remember. I mean, I guess it was her husband, because the way they... You know what I mean? They were talking with each other. There was like, I think she said, oh, honey, or something like that. I guess was her husband. But well, yeah.
You heard the whole story about that, didn't you?
No, I don't know. What?
Her husband left her for her best friend. And
no,
then,
really?
Yeah. And then a couple years later, you know, as they're going through the grieving process, the husband of the best friend and Shania Twain ends up getting married.
Oh my God.
They spouse swapped.
And I'm sure they're all friends now and they hang out together for a bit.
I'm not sure that's the case anymore, but I just think that is the greatest of stories.
Absolutely. So yes, and I didn't know she was staying in the hotel. Sometimes they don't, but I could see it was her. And after I found out that she was in the hotel, and I was like, oh my God, just me, Shania Twain, and her husband or boyfriend at the time in a lift. She was going to have breakfast in the hotel. I was like, okay, hi, good morning.
Lovely.
Just like that. That's a sweet story. I love it. I think some people, when they do romantic thing, you know what I mean? Sometimes it comes out of nowhere, like about the flowers and the little receipt. I think it's such a genuine idea. You know what I mean? I'm sure it made your day.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And that's why you are together since then, yes?
No, that was a couple years ago. But we are no longer together.
Was a good try anyway. It was a good memory. At least you have the good memory. That's what matters.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yep. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Eric, just before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about your job, and what's the most challenging part of it?
What I like about it is the creativity I get to use with clients, telling them about product and how we can kind of come to a nice big solution for their, you know, because every bathroom is a project. I don't want to say this. A bathroom is like one of those math problems that doesn't actually have a answer to it, because there's a million different answers. Just kind of like, how do you make a car? There's no real way to make that car, because there's 1,000 different ways to make that car. So that's kind of like how I feel about bathrooms, and everybody has different needs, and we kind of tailor whatever we do to that person's needs. I don't like about it, lead times, and just people don't listen. Yesterday, I had a couple that came in and they're like, we're doing a bathroom reno. And I was like, okay, so what's the timeline for your project? And she smiled and touched her stomach and she's like, we're due in February. I'm like, well, that wasn't the answer to my question, because that thing could be born next week. Like, this is a baby. What's your timeline? You got to get done by January? You need to get it done whenever? Because that baby's, that's your first kid. That's going to come in like 3 weeks late, 3 weeks early. It's all over the place. So that was not the answer to my question.
Very funny, very funny. Next question for you is, what is one movie you could watch over and over?
Clue.
Tell me about it. Why?
Oh, it's based off the Parker Brothers board game Clue. It is from 1985. It's kind of become this cult classic. It totally flopped in theaters. And one of the reasons it flopped in theaters was because they sent out to all the different theaters 3 different versions. And they didn't tell all the other audiences that there's 3 different versions. So you could have gone with your friend on a Friday night and seen one ending of the movie, and then you could go on Monday, the following Monday, with another friend to go see it again, and it would have a different ending. Wow. And it's just kind of fun, and the writing was actually quite funny. You know, there's a lot of topical humor there. I make a couple gay jokes from the 80s that's just so far beyond. Like, you'd never hear them now, but they're fantastic.
And when was the last time you watched it?
I watched it about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, very good. Good one. I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
Next question, Eric. Okay, Eric from Chicago. Next question for you is, tell us about your first kiss and your first love.
Awful.
Both of them?
No. My first kiss was with this guy named, I don't know, it's not my first kiss, but this is my first gay kiss.
Okay.
He was actually one of my mother's students. My mother hated him. He was a constant pain in her ass. And we'd happen to meet on Grindr, and we went out on a date, and I was kind of experimenting and figuring stuff out. And we kissed, and it was like so energetic, and like the whole ride home, it filled me with hope and happiness. And then I reminded myself, oh my God, I don't like this guy at all. And then he went on to date one of my girlfriends.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that dynamic was very interesting. The first time I ever fell in love was with the guy who gave me the roses in the Shania Twain concert. That was real love.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Just that whole admiration,
amazing.
Everything. I remember I was at the concert, and there was that moment that you're like, I'm really, really in love with this person. And I just looked over at him, and we were listening to From This Moment. She was singing, and I looked over at him, and he just had this look on him, and I'm like, I am absolutely madly in love with him. But it didn't work out, so here we are.
How long were you together for?
Only a couple of months. And he wasn't ready to be serious. Okay. He was trying to pass the bar exam and trying to get all his stuff out of his college life, moving on to his real, his adult life. So we're kind of in transition mode at that point.
Are you still in touch?
No.
No?
No. Nope. Unfortunately, with people that I love, if it's like I'm madly in love with them, I can't see him ever again. It's just too painful.
I see.
See him with somebody else, awful.
Ooh.
I did see him a couple years later with a guy I was seeing, and we'd gotten tickets to go to this affirmations gala, and showed up, and he was right there, right as I walked in, which was terrifying, and it kind of put me into this anxiety-ridden state. But I I'm not usually like this, but I felt very good because I just got off the plane from Paris a couple days ago, and I had all my French outfits, and I looked very cute with my little bleached blonde hair, and
Wow.
yeah, I was a little snack. So that was fun.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Memories in life, you know? Surprises.
Yes.
Sometimes life give us some surprise, not unexpected ones, for sure. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, would you ever get a tattoo, and what that would be?
So I've been thinking actually that I want to get a tattoo relatively soon. I want to get a tattoo on my thigh that is a diamond, and it's just it just has M1 on it. That is the sign for Woodward. And Woodward is kind of the spine or the backbone of Detroit, and it just goes straight up from downtown all the way up. So I used to live in Ferndale, which is the first city outside of Detroit along that Woodward corridor. And like, as soon as I moved there from Grand Rapids, where I was living before, I just immediately felt like that's where my life was like actually starting. You know, that whole 2015 year when I moved there, I got all these gay friends I would never have had in Grand Rapids. This gay scene was much bigger. I was introduced to so many new cultural and awesome things. And I just remember being so happy. And that 2015 years where I was dating that guy. So there's just a lot of fun things happening. And it's kind of like a memory that I can hold on to, because I was always going up and down Woodward. So
I see. And they're gonna get it soon then. You're gonna get the tattoo very soon.
I'm probably gonna get it in January. Probably gonna wait till after the holidays, wait for things to die down.
I see.
You know.
And why Chicago? Why did you move to Chicago? Because of work, or?
I moved here for a boy, like an idiot. And now we're broken up, like an idiot. So that's how I got drunk a few weeks later and bought a dog. I know. You got to stay in there, buddy.
Oh my God, you are such a, I like your personality. You know what I mean? You just, when things happen, you just put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Just keep adventures. I think it's, you know, life is about that, trying, and you still never know what can come along. You know, can be good things. It's a big challenge as well, but come on, you know what I mean? You are trying, you are going after your feelings, after your dreams, or after your desires. Why not? I like it.
We got to try something.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're only on this little rock for a couple of decades.
Absolutely.
And I've been on it for 3 decades, and the only thing I've really learned about myself in this entire life is I like to try new things, and I want to be different from how I grew up. Because how I grew up was amazing, but that was very like, that's little Grand Rapids me. That was like happy in my bubbles, and I want to be outside those bubbles.
See, amazing, very good, good for you. Good to have this mindset. I love it.
Yes.
Next question. Eric, before the next question, as I can see how much you're talking about your hometown, Michigan. Tell me, when you think about your childhood or your memories about Michigan, your hometown, what's the best memories that comes to your mind, like genuinely?
So when I was 10, my parents sold our house in a subdivision and moved us out to what felt like a middle of nowhere. We're just on this fast street. But they gave us plenty of acres, and we bought this like little farmhouse. And I absolutely fell in love with that place. It was amazing. I got to be outdoors all the time. There was constantly animals surrounding me. We had cats, dogs, but we also had tons of deer that went through the yard, tons of rabbits. Once in a while I got a skunk, wasn't loving that one. But there was a lot of different animals that kind of went through that whole couple of acres, and it was really fun to watch. That is definitely one of my favorite things about my childhood, is living in that house. It was kind of removed from everybody else. I wasn't really able to walk around a whole lot. So it was just me walking in the woods and kind of exploring all the time. I really liked it.
Amazing. Amazing. Beautiful. Right. Talking about childhood, next question. What was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
I don't know this one. Oh my God. Play my Xbox?
Why not?
Let's go with that one, because that took up a lot of my teenage years.
And you're playing all the time?
Oh, and I still play it. I have this problem where I buy a game console for like 1 or 2 games. I will only play those games forever. Last night I was just playing Mario Kart on Wii. I haven't bought any of the new Switches or Wii U or whatever it's called, but I love that little Wii game, and I keep playing it. And the last couple of nights I've been losing, so I just quit. But yeah, I'm still playing a game from 2008.
Wow. You like though, why not? It's not there are no rules, you know what I mean? You just need to follow whatever you like.
Oh, of course not. No, that's why I still play Pokemon on my Game Boys.
Very good, very good. Next question. Right, Eric from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Next question for you is, what is the most difficult thing have you ever done?
I'm going to go ahead and say move to Chicago. It's a completely different lifestyle here. I always grew up and have always had a car for the last 15 years or so. And now I moved here, I don't have a car. And it's really freaking, it's like, I've been here 6 months, so I can do it and I know it. But it's it's a much bigger city. You have to learn how to get around. I have to learn really how public transportation works, which is something I never really had to do in Michigan because we don't have that great of public transit. And just kind of learning everything. Everything is done here by block. So I go to my train station, it's like 320 blocks north and 2,000 blocks south or west or whatever. And I'm still trying to figure this all out. And it's so complicated, but it's a completely different lifestyle here than it is in Detroit.
And do you see yourself living there for a while? You are just
I
yourself.
do.
Yeah?
Yep, I do. I really do like it here. I am not looking forward to the winter. Everybody says it's bad. No one has said any good things.
I heard. I had some guests on the show from Chicago or living another state, and they told the same thing as well about the winter. Said, William, winter there is just something to remember, or to forget.
The wind chill.
Yeah. In Michigan as well, so it doesn't get that cold.
Oh, it does. Michigan is actually worse than Chicago in terms of, well, let me put it this way. Growing up in Grand Rapids, getting 6 to 9 inches of snow overnight, not a big deal. Everybody's got an SUV, or roads have been plowed, or you wait a little bit before you let other people go and kind of make your mess for you. The thing about Grand Rapids is because it's off the lake shore, off Lake Michigan, it's about 45 minutes from the lake. When the weather comes over Wisconsin, it changes over Lake Michigan, gets bigger, gains some more snow, and drops everything over on the west side of the state. And it dumps everything. And then when you get to the east side of the state in Michigan, where Detroit is, it's got a nice little dust to it. So people freak out when you get 2 or 3 inches of snow. They're like, we can't drive in this. School's closed. Okay.
I had someone from Grand Rapids as well in the show, from your hometown.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's already out on the channel. His name is Kevin. He was really he's really sweet as well. I think 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, his interview. So yeah.
Okay.
Next question for you, Eric. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me, what's the best part of being a salesman?
I get to meet a lot of interesting people. About a year ago, I met the Moroccan ambassador's wife. Wow. She came in, it was United States ambassador to Morocco. His wife came in because they were looking for a small faucet for their plane, for their private jet. So it's like,
Wow.
okay. One of my coworkers is currently working with the CEO of a toy company. But yeah, we deal with tons of these big, interesting people. I mean, plumbing is just something that everybody needs, and it attracts everyone. We do a bunch of luxury plumbing and stuff. So you need a $4,000 faucet, we got that. We can deliver that to you.
Wow. Yeah. What a sale.
It's an interesting clientele. It's an interesting industry, for sure.
Right. Next question for you is, tough question. If someone came up to you and give you an envelope with your death date inside, would you open it or not, and why?
Ooh, I was thinking about this the other day. Oh my God, I don't know if I would do this. You know what? I probably wouldn't. I think I like a little bit of element of surprise. Kind of live your every day like it's your last day, which we don't really do that because I'll just be sitting there coughing and just complaining about children crossing my lawn. But no, I don't think I would do that. I think that some things are just meant to be secret.
Yeah, imagine. I think you'd keep in your mind with the exactly date, like all the time. You're gonna be thinking about it, and you'd enjoy life. I think maybe you would direct you in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, you're like, well, I'm gonna die on Thursday, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that extra scoop of ice cream at the ice cream store.
That's the thing as
like,
well.
what is it gonna do? What's the cholesterol we're gonna do to me?
That's true. There's always two ways of seeing it.
And that's the person I am. I am always the person who sees something, even as bad as it happened, finding the good parts about it. So I'm like, if I die early, as tragic as it would be, I wouldn't have to pay my student loans. And that makes me happy.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Right, Eric, I have 3 questions left for you, okay? Let's do it. Next question for you is, if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
Elephants. I'd be an elephant. One of them. I love elephants. I think they're super adorable. I think the trunk is really kind of fun to play with, and it's basically just like one little arm.
I have also a documentary as well about elephants. They are so interesting creatures, not an animal. They're very interesting the way they, you know what I mean? They all together, they keep, it's just interesting. I was watching the other day. I was like, wow, that's very interesting about them. And yeah, very interesting. I like it. 2 questions left.
Okay, let's do it.
For the next question, being a gay guy, did you always have the support of your family when you came out? And walk me through the day when you came out, if you can share.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I had a very easy time coming out. My uncle had come out in the 80s, and the whole family kind of took it a little hard because, you know, back in the day, it wasn't that accepted just yet. But as they grew, you know, love grew and I was born and we got through that. By the time I came out, it was really easy for me to sit down with my parents and tell them that I was gay. I think my dad did most of the talking because his brother came out and he assured me everything's great. And my mom was like, you know, we don't feel like we did anything wrong, which I'm like, okay, good. Because I bought you all these books that's like how to have gay kids. So, because my mom is very intellectual. So, and of course she was very accepting and she's my best friend now. And we have a great relationship.
Wow.
Yep. And I call my dad all the time. So coming out to them, I mean, I remember the day I came out was the day that my dad's like, okay, I'm sorry, Eric, I can't do this anymore. We need to clean up the entire yard. I need you to get all the dog shit out. I'm like, how is this my life? Like, I'm supposed to come out to you today and you're having me pick up dog shit on the front lawn. So, yeah, I came out when I was 19, so they're super supportive about it.
And why you decide to come out at that day? Was like you just felt like, okay, it's the day today I'm gonna come out, or you just naturally felt talking to them about it? It was a reason.
I had gone down to Tennessee to see my brother for a spring break vacation, and I came out to him there. He was eating mid Oreo, or shoving just Oreos in his mouth, and I came out to him and he's like, do you want an Oreo? I'm like, no, I need you to focus. No, we're talking about me right now. So then I came home, told my dad, or told my parents together. Later that night, took my sister out to Taco Bell, told her. So it was quite easy. And then I let them spread to the rest of the family because I just didn't want to do it. So everybody knew I was gay by the end of the year.
Yeah, very good, very good. Right. If you could do something illegal without getting caught, what would you do?
Ooh, I think bank heist. I love those bank heist movies. As bad as the movie is, I love the movie The Italian Job. I just, kind of drive around and try to like evade the police, and that's what I do in my Xbox games. I have all those racing games. I'm like trying to race around and try to evade somebody. So I would go with bank heist.
Amazing. I love those movies as well. I think they're so clever, interesting the way they put things together. I just love it.
Like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
That was such a good movie. Both of them were.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Ready for the last one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last question. Before the last question, I would like you to tell me your 3 top best songs of Shania Twain, in your opinion. Okay,
Shania Twain, from this moment on, just a super great classic. Honey, I'm Home. I just like it because it's just fills my head up with like imagery and fun singing in the car that we used to do when we were kids. And then I really do like Up. I think Up was a fun song to... I always listen to everything loud in the car. So, driving around Detroit, listening to that whole album, I thought was really great.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Last question for you is, what is the funniest gift have you ever received?
The funniest gift I've ever received? Last year, I ended up commissioning one of my friends to, background, my parents and my family refused to do like these costume portrait ideas for us as a family. So I finally took it upon myself last year to hire my friend to make portraits of all of us. And they're all in different styles. So I had mine as Clue themed, and it was a portrait, animated portrait of all of us. And she did me... Let's see if I can find it real quick, because it's actually quite impressive. She did a great job with it, and here we go.
Let me see. Which one is? Oh, I see. That's funny.
So we did it as a Clue photo, and I adore it. It's such a cute little. Oh, that's.
Oh, sweet, amazing! I love it.
That was the best gift I think I've ever gotten. And she did one for my parents. Like my mother did hers on vacation. My dad was like the Green Bay Packers. My sister was like Penguins and U of M. My brother was like the guitars and musicians. So that was by far my favorite gift I've ever gotten.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, Eric, it's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the word association game. I'm going to give away some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with family.
Happy.
Money?
None.
Love?
Fleeting.
Ooh. Sex?
Give or take.
Life?
Fun.
Politics?
Fun. Her.
Religion?
Interesting.
Fear?
Lots.
Friendship?
Many.
Desire?
Tons.
Regrets?
Few.
Success?
Happiness.
Wish?
I don't know. Wishbone.
Okay. How about happiness? One word.
Love.
One word for Michigan.
Nostalgic.
One word for Chicago.
Opportunity.
One word for USA.
Overrated.
And the last one now, Shania Twain. One word.
Goddess.
Oh. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, what is the most beautiful thing about Eric, and what's something that he still needs to improve on, to work on? What do you think your best friend will tell me?
Oh, for sure, I would tell you my best friend would say that I'm lazy and I need to get my together. Otherwise, they would tell you that I am very creative and I bring up a lot of fun, weird scenarios, and just, I guess, would make them or you or whomever happy just because I'm genuinely interested in stuff.
And if I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, she would say the same answer?
Yeah.
What would be her answer?
Hers would be going to lazy, for sure. Yeah. Because I think that I established at the beginning of this, I'm a couch gay. I love to sit on the couch. It's just fantastic. My mother would say that I'm bright and energetic, which I'm like, kind of goes against the whole sitting on a couch thing. Okay. Bright, sure.
It's the way she sees herself. I think what she meant is your positive energy. That's what she meant about being energetic.
Yes.
Could be, I think.
Yes, that is exactly what she's trying to say.
In her own words.
Mm.
Right.
The mother's spin on it.
Absolutely. Sometimes they know us better than ourselves. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Let's play now Eric and the Magic Box. And you can ask me a question. But you can ask me a question now, Eric.
What has been your favorite interview, not this one, that you've done in the past?
You just cleared my answer. Of course I would say this one. Of course, it's my favorite ever. Right, you put me in the spot now. I believe every interview that I do, for me, the latest one is always the best. Do you know? I'll tell you why. It's just because I think I'm very fortunate and very lucky as well to be able to connect with people around the world with this random question, the Magic Box. I think it's a gift. And every interview when I finished, I just feel like so full of energy for the person. You know what I mean? I keep thinking about the question, the answers, the answers you gave me. I could picture myself watching your life story when you're telling me this story. I could just, you know what I mean? So when I finished the interview, it stick to my head for a while, just thinking, imagining, you know what I mean? The moments you were talking about your childhood, you know what I mean? The beautiful moments of your childhood. All those memories, I think for me, I you know what I mean? It's just like for a while, I keep still thinking about it. It's difficult for me to pick one because it's all of them. They have something. They're so interesting. They always leave good memories. So it's very hard for me. It's very hard, and it's not fair because even myself, I would ask myself which one would be. I wouldn't have an answer. So the latest one. So far, this one is the last one. Is my favorite interview for sure. For sure.
Okay, I'll take that. Fine.
Good, very good. Did you have a good time, Eric? Did you enjoy?
I did. This is very outside the box for me. I don't usually do interviews on Sundays. But thank you so much. I actually had a wonderful time.
Oh, thank you very much for taking the time for the interview, and thanks for being honest and open up about your memories in life. I think that's what life is about. It's for you to sharing, our memories, and people connect with us. I think that's what matters in life, for sure. But before you go, I would like you to share a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
Something that comes to mind every time I get dressed in the morning, I keep saying to myself, you can wear anything you want as long as you wear it with confidence.
There we go. That's a very good one. I just love that. Oh, amazing. Eric, it was a pleasure. Thanks so much for the interview. Well, take care, okay? All the regards.
All right, see ya. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.